Hey guys, Pastor Ross here from thechristianwell.org. I've been surrounded by the enemy all day. And in fact, I've been surrounded by the enemy my whole life. We're at war, my brothers and sisters. We're at war. And I'm not talking about war with China or war with Russia or war in Afghanistan or war in Kuwait or whatever war we fought before. I'm talking about the spiritual war that we face every single day of our life. I'm talking about the war between God and Satan. I'm talking about the one that we have to pick a side, that we're caught in the middle. We're caught in the middle between good and evil, between light and darkness. And yes, this world that we live in is dark right now. And it's controlled by the enemy. A lot of people don't want to think that, but it says it in 1 John, I think chapter 5. It says the whole world is under the sway of the enemy. Every bit of it is under the sway of the enemy. But it's up to us. It's up to us. This is the battleground. It's up to us to pick a side and pick God's side and fight His battle. We have to stand up for what is right. We have to stand up for what is righteous. We can't let this world beat us down. I know some of you, and even me sometimes, feel like just everything is coming at you from one way, from behind you, from every direction. Financial problems, drug problems, relationship problems. All these problems are just coming at you from one side and another. And my God, when does it end? Well, it doesn't. I know this isn't the sermon that you want to hear, but it doesn't end. It's going to keep on going for the rest of your life to see if you're going to surrender. See if you're going to surrender to the dark side, the deceitful ways of the enemy. No. No, you're not. No, you have to keep on fighting. You have to, my brothers and sisters. We have to fight for the righteousness of God. Those drugs. Jesus is the only thing that will break those chains, my brothers and sisters. You can do it, but not you alone. You have to pray to God to please take away these drugs from me. And He will. Marital problems. When you're having marital problems and you don't know which way to turn, turn to God. That's the only way you're going to win this war, is because of Jesus Christ. There is no other way. The enemy uses your family and comes at you the most with your family. You don't believe me? Just look when Jesus was going to the cross. What happened? Peter said, "No, you mustn't. You're not going to the cross. It will not be, Lord. Lord, you will not die." And what did Jesus say? What did Jesus say? He said, "Get behind me, Satan." Satan was using his best friend to keep him from doing what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to go to that cross to save my soul, to save your soul, to save Peter's soul, to save all of our souls. He was supposed to do that. But Satan was trying to prevent it. Just like us here. Our relationship problems. Satan wants to break apart your marriage. Say, "Get behind me, Satan." Satan wants to keep you addicted to those drugs. Say, "Get behind me, Satan." God's already won the victory. All you have to do is just surrender. Just surrender your life to Him. When you're having financial problems, which we all do, every one of us has financial problems, just surrender and say, "Lord, you know what's best. Lord, I trust in you." And that's all God wants us to do. He said, put on the full suit, the full armor of God, the helmet of salvation. Put it on. The breastplate of righteousness. Put it on. Feet shod with the gospel. Read your word. Put it on. But he said, listen to this. At the end he said, hold on to that shield of faith. Hold on to that shield of faith. Why is the shield of faith so important with the armor of God? Why? Well, because the shield of faith is keeping your faith in God. You can't win this war on your own. You have to believe in Jesus. You have to believe in Jesus, what He did on that cross. You have to believe He's already won the war. And He has. So that shield of faith is the most important weapon you have. It said it'll extinguish all the fiery darts of the enemy. It didn't say some. It didn't say most. It said all of the fiery darts of the enemy, so that you'll be able to take your stand in the last day. My brothers and sisters, people say the end is coming. Well, I'm going to tell you the end is already here and you're already fighting the war. Armageddon is now. Hold on to your shield of faith and extinguish the darts of the enemy. Hold on to it by faith. By faith in Jesus. It's nothing you're doing. It's nothing you're doing. You're not going to win the war. Jesus is going to win the war. Jesus has already won the war. So just remember that. Don't forget it. We all forget. We go through these troubles, and some of us just want to run the other direction, including this guy here. But we have to fight. We have to fight these forces of evil that's all around us. We can win. We've already won. We've already won. I don't know if y'all remember, it was Elijah. He was surrounded by a whole army. Him and his friend, they were sitting there in a valley, and they were surrounded by an entire army. And his friend was freaking out. He was like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he was like, greater is us than them. And he looked up there and he saw soldiers all on the rims of the mountain surrounding them. And he opened his eyes. He prayed and said, Lord, please open his eyes. And his eyes opened. And he saw the army of God surrounding them. The army of God is greater than any forces of evil on this earth. It's greater. You just have to believe it. You just have to believe it, my brothers and sisters. You just have to hold on to that shield of faith. Greater is He that lives inside of you than he is that in the world. Believe it. Claim it. Know it. God love you, and God bless you.